Yeah, so another thing is in the early days in Singapore, I think there are a lot of architects who practice without insurance. So what are your thoughts on that? If that were to be able to be allowed today, or how is that even possible to practice without insurance?
It's allowed unless you're private limited. Like sole proprietor, there's no indemnity insurance requirement by statute.
And then it depends on your client's requirements as well, right? So I believe for public sector, they do demand for a PI.
Yeah.
For private clients, half of them probably don't even know, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think to answer your question, a lot of times, even for example myself, just starting out, you wait for your first few commissions and use that payment to then buy your insurance, right? So, I mean, there is a kind of grey area where you're sort of operating before you start the actual project proper. But I think, I mean, it's just like buying health insurance, like you have kind of differing views on that as well, but just for the better, I believe.
The premium is not that high.
Yeah, the premium is not very high. But I mean, it's very useful because there are instances where the PI will be invoked. Actually, we did had our PI invoked before.
Oh, really?
And it's over a very, I won't say it's a case that is totally our fault. But at the end of the day, when we talked to the insurer, he said, let's not fight it anymore, because the more you fight, the more cases it will evolve. And I think there's a lot of like lawyers involved, and there's so much paper writing. And so that was during our mediation period. We didn't really go into a formal mediation. We just talked to, the contract was actually under an engineer. So we are the sub-consultant to the engineer.
I see.
Yeah, so the engineer did not protect us and did not fight on our behalf. So they just threw us up front to talk to the client immediately. So
threw you under the bus?
A little bit, yeah. So at the end of the day, there were certain mistakes made in the project. We caught on during the last stage when we are trying to TOP. And basically it was a fire non-compliance. So if you think about it, you made a mistake, you caught your own mistake. Why do you have to pay for your mistake? So the client was very insistent that this mistake was the architect's to bear, and therefore the VO to the contract was ours to bear also. So thinking about it, your fees is only so much, right? And then you have to pay for the VO works. And when we all know about like construction, how are we going to pay for building, you see, based on our mistake? So in the end, what the insurers say is, I think there is no point fighting, because we will go into further negotiations and arbitrations, adjudication, or even court. Let's just pay up.
Right.
But of course, there is a backlash lah. So we had to pay premiums for 5 more years. Higher, a lot higher, 5 times higher.
Yeah, because they have to make back the money.
Correct.
Right.
So so actually, I mean, there's a balance to it, whether or not you want to spend more money to fight this case, or you rather spend a bit more on the premiums and call it quits.
And be able to sleep at night.
That's why.
Yeah.
So it was bothering us so much over a few months.
Yeah.
Right,
and actually insurance will come in to pay for legal fees as well. So even if you're not at fault, but to fight it, insurance will come in to pay your legal fees up to your deductible lah. So, you know, at least you have that comfort. Otherwise, the problem is not that you may make mistake. The thing is that everybody is more educated nowadays. So clients are more likely to sue or threaten to sue. Then at least if you know you have insurance behind you, you don't give up so easily. Because they tend to threaten you first and hope that you give in. Right? So if you don't know and you're scared and you got no PI, then you might go, oh, okay, I will pay. Right? Or sometimes they want you to refund your fees or something like that. So they try and twist your arm. So if you don't have this behind you, then you might get scared very easily, right? If you got the PI behind you, then you can stand firm and call their bluff